Alright, what's up, gang? Today we're going to be talking about this video that's talking about plus size and all this fucking fat acceptance bullshit. Now, I do have to say really quick that yes, people have already talked about this video. Cheeto recently made a video talking about it, and I clicked on that video for like 30 seconds. I didn't watch it because I knew I wanted to make a video on this, but I didn't want to have the same points. Also, Poncho has made a video about this, but again, I wanted to give my own take on this, so fuck you if you think I'm copying people. I am, okay?
Did you know that more than 1 billion people in the world are plus size? That's roughly 13% of the population.
If this statistic is true, which, I mean, she could literally be pulling this out of anywhere. She could be pulling this out of fucking her Yahoo Mail subscription, bro. But if this statistic is true, that 13% of the world is plus sized, that's absolutely fucked. Now, I do have to say, you know, what is plus sized? What does that mean? That could be anything. There's not really, you know, she's not saying, oh, people who are X height over 250 pounds or like, you know, plus sized. That's so vague. There's not a group for that. There's not, you know, that you have like white people, black people. You don't have plus sized people. That's not a thing. That's a metric that you're making in your head so that way you can form this opinion on this bullshit that you're making your own problem, basically. I truly don't believe that 1 billion people are quote unquote plus sized. That can't be true. I mean, just think about how many people are in like China and Asia, and you know, stereotypically they are way more normal sized than people in like the US. If everywhere around the world was like the US, then yeah, maybe I could see 1 billion people being plus sized, but we don't even know what plus size is, so that's such a stupid argument to start off a video like this.
Many airlines still don't have clear policies in place to accommodate plus size passengers. That's why I've started a petition calling on the FAA to require every airline to have a clear customer size policy in place for plus size passengers.
I need to make this very clear, and I might repeat myself. I'm trying not to, but it is not an airline's job, or anybody's job for that matter, to accommodate your fat ass. Humans aren't made to be this big. She said in other videos that she's a 6X. She wears a 6X. Humans aren't made to be that big, you know? Whenever you're thinking of mannequins, or whenever you're thinking of like the ergonomics of a product, a bed, a chair, anything like that, you're not thinking of it as in somebody's, you know, a fourth of the weight of your goddamn car. So how the hell would it make any sense for an airline who's making $1 million airplanes to fit just like 100 to 150 people on a flight back and forth to make some big ass row in the back that's so inefficient on space to fit your fat ass? I mean, just think about that. You take up 2 seats, so if they were to make, you know, a seat for you, then that would mean that for every seat that they make for your fat ass, another person can't get on that plane, but you still pay the same price as everybody else. That makes absolutely no sense. Why would they go out of their way, waste their time making this absolutely ridiculous and completely space inefficient plane just so that way they can fit your fat ass? You're not the majority. It makes so much more sense for the plane or anything, again, chairs, beds, couches, whatever. It makes so much more sense for them to think of it as a normal human being than have to go out of their way to make, you know, spend more money to get a bigger product just to fit your fucking fat ass. I know I'm being pretty blunt in this video, but that's just because I really, really hate this fat acceptance stuff. I've talked about it before, how much weight I've lost in my life, and it all ties back to this, I think. There could have been a side of me where I was like, you know what, it's okay, you know, I'll eat another chicken sandwich, I'll eat another donut or whatever, and I probably wouldn't have the confidence to be doing what I'm doing right now if I were to still have that belief, and if I were to still be 40 pounds heavier. I probably would have never, like, done anything. I probably would have never started being an editor, which got me into this. I probably wouldn't have been painting addresses this summer, which made me $4,000. I wouldn't have been doing any of this because I wouldn't have had the confidence to. So whenever I see people pushing this idea where it's okay to be fat, it's okay to eat 12,000 calories a day, it just pisses me off because it just enforces this idea that's just so negative. It's so bad for you.
No one should have to endure the discomfort, embarrassment, and discrimination.
Valid. Nobody should have to feel discriminated towards. Nobody should have to feel any, you know, people should be able to feel how they want to feel.
That often comes with being a plus size passenger trying to navigate air travel.
You lost me. You completely lost me. Now, let me make this clear. There's nothing wrong with being a big guy, okay? The problem is she's not a big girl just because she has bad genetics or has a slow metabolism. No, she's eating the portion of 5 different people per day, which is why she's like this. It's not in her control. She doesn't have any medical problems except for the ones with coming of her being a fat ass. All it is her eating too much. You know, like if the airplane company's making the airplanes, it's their job to think of how they can get the most amount of people from point A to point B. It's not their job to accommodate you whenever you eat the equivalent of 5 people per day. I've already said this, but you are not the majority. You are a minority. A vast minority, bro. Like what I was trying to say was, if you are kind of a big guy or whatever, but you still eat good and you're, you know, fine with it, that's fine, but you're still eating good, you know, you're getting a decent amount of exercise, you're a normal human being, then that's completely fine. You probably don't take up 2 seats on a fucking airplane because of that, but the people who do are these people, and none of these people are fat for any reason besides the fact that they just stuff their fat ass face with the worst possible quality food that they can find. And that's not some sort of airport or airline's job to fix. That's your job to fix. If you don't like that you take up the seat of 2 fucking people on an airplane, then fix it. Because I promise you, no airline company in their right mind is going to go out of their way to try to accommodate somebody like that, especially when it's missing them out on money. The more seats they have that take up that much space, the less people they can fit on the plane, so the less tickets they can sell. They will not do jack shit if they got the government to sign that fucking petition.
By signing this petition, you can help us demand that airlines take concrete steps to make air travel more inclusive and accommodating for all passengers. Whether you're plus size or not, everybody deserves to be treated with dignity and respect when they fly.
There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that any fat person, no matter how much they ask, no matter how much they tell you that they're fine with being fat and they don't think it's a very big deal, if they could instantly eat a pill, okay? What the fuck? If they could instantly swallow a pill that would, you know, immediately make them have their dream body, whatever it is, then they would do it in a fucking heartbeat, and I promise you that. But the difference between the skinny people or the fat people that went on weight transformations versus fat people now is those fat people now don't have the attitude to work to become that skinny person. Not even skinny. You can look at that derogatory now, which is fucking crazy, but just a healthy person. They don't have the attitude to work to get up and stop eating like that, so that way they can become a healthy size, whatever they see that is. But nobody can argue that pushing around 400 pounds of straight fat is healthy for anybody. She's really trying to go out of her way and just do everything possible to convince you that she's totally happy with being fat, and she's completely cool with it. But again, no doubt in my mind she wouldn't drink that pill. Holy shit, I can't. I'm not even meaning to do it either. I'm just fucking stupid, I guess. The last point I want to make that's a little bit unrelated to this, but has to do with fat acceptance, is fat models. And I'm just going to talk about this really quick, because I know that this girl would 100% support fat models and thinks there's nothing wrong with fat models. So what is a model? Not somebody who dresses up and looks good in front of a camera. A literal model, like a mold, something that you aspire to be, something that everything, whether it's sentient or not, a model can be the perfect made toy. That's a model now for every other toy that's made like that. That's what every toy aspires to be. That's what a model is. Now, whenever you look at models as in like fashion models or beauty models, that's supposed to be the model human. That's supposed to be what you aspire to be. You know, that's what you want to look like. That's how you want to act. And while yes, a lot of their standards are very unrealistic when it comes to those human models, whenever you look at fat models, it's the exact opposite. Like, that's like a vegan that eats meat, bro. Like, that's like a white girl that doesn't date white guys. How the fuck can you be a model? Something that everybody should aspire to be, and be fat. Because a model human is somebody whose body works good, who's fun to be around, attractive. Even though attractive is subjective, having your body run well and just being active and being healthy, that's not subjective. And you cannot convince me that anybody who looks like this fucking whale is healthy in any way. Therefore, they cannot be a model. It doesn't work. You cannot be a fat model. Now, I'm done ranting with this. I thought this video was pretty funny, even though I've seen other people make videos on this. I just wanted to give my take on it, even though it might have been similar to other people's take. But if you still like this video, you should go check out the video I uploaded a few days ago talking about Joe Bartolozzi, and Joe Bartolozzi actually ended up watching that video. Whether you go watch that video or not, which I recommend you should, I appreciate you for watching this video all the way through, so thank you.